Hi, it's Mark the Family Woodworker. I have a problem. Though, in all honesty, it's kind of a nice problem to have. My son and I finished this 16-foot long, 36-inch wide canoe a while ago, but after moving into our current home, we found there's no safe way to launch that canoe over the steel wall and all these sharp-edged rocks that the previous homeowner piled up against it. We really needed to find a way to safely launch that big canoe, but something that could work for kayaks too. Looking around the internet for ready-made floating and dock mount launch platforms, they all seem to be designed for narrower canoes and kayaks. And they were just stupid expensive too, still not being able to handle something 16 feet long or 36 or more inches wide. And so, my friends, relatives, and people I hardly know, I had to come up with my own solution. Hey, sometimes it helps to be a woodworker. To begin, I'll build up a base frame that'll be 8 feet long and 7 feet wide using the highest grade wet conditions treated lumber that I could find. The frame will support 2 dock floats on the outside rails and still allow 41 inches of room on the inside of the finished frame. A 36-inch beam canoe can fit inside the launch, still with a couple inches of wiggle room on both sides of the canoe. 1x6 treated planks will attach to the underside of the frame with galvanized carriage bolts, and this flat launch platform will sit slightly submerged in the water. 2 dock floats at 8 feet in length will provide the buoyancy and support more than 1,200 pounds across that wide platform, making it pretty stable to step on as you step into the canoe. I'll cap the tops of each float with a treated lumber deck to provide better footing, and I plan to add some stainless grab rails on the front of both decks to assist you in pulling yourself out into the water. They're also going to be handy for pulling yourself back into the launch on your return. Finally, I plan to add some PE plastic trailer bunk runners on the bottom of the platform to aid in a smooth and non-abrasive movement of the canoe off and then back onto the launch. For detail-oriented project nerds out there like me, we'll talk about the hardware and installation techniques as we go, and I'm guessing most of you will appreciate it.
Because you're a nerd.
For these launch platform boards, I've fastened them to a 2x4 frame using 2-inch long ¼ galvanized carriage bolts that were countersunk into the 2x4s by a 1/4 inch. This will leave the washer and the nut buried beneath the surface of the wood. The dock floats will wind up sitting on top of this construction, so the wood surface needed to be smooth. 2.5-inch bolts were used for the 2x4 base frame and also countersunk into the wood. To create that non-abrasive smooth surface for launching my watercraft, I'm altering the intended usage of this PE plastic trailer bunk wrap by laying it flat on my platform down the middle of the launch. Normally this stuff is used on boat trailers to help slide the craft off the trailer, but I'll cut this 24-foot roll down into 2 long strips that covers my 8-foot launch. With a heat gun used to soften the edge, I'll create a 90-degree fold in the strip so that I can wrap the leading edge of the launch. And to secure it to the wooden planks, I'll pre-drill some holes through the plastic and then use 3/4-inch stainless steel screws to attach each strip. The trailer bunk material has a series of raised grooves in the surface, and that'll allow me to hide the heads of the screws down into the plastic and eliminate any chance of scratching the bottom of the canoe. I'll also start a little controversy here by telling you that I'm purposefully installing my dock floats upside down, mainly because the bolt flange points normally sit upright for a floating dock attachment, but in this case they'll be bolted downward to the floating platform. These are sealed foam-filled floats, however, so the orientation shouldn't matter. What does matter is that I'll have to drill in some new holes that'll be on the top side in order to install these vapor vent plugs. These are going to be required to release any built-up gases from the summer heat. Once the hole was drilled, I'll get them sealed in with some silicone. In addition to the bolt points on the dock floats, I'm also going to frame some U-shaped 2x4 brackets on the ends of each float for some added mechanical connection to the platform. It'll also give me a way to help mount the top decks on the floats, and we'll see how that all works out in a bit. Those 2x4 end brackets will get mounted with some 3-inch galvanized lag bolts as the frame sits over the top of those floats, locking it all down to the platform. How's puppy? Good. With the floats now positioned and set up, I could start to build the top decks to cover those floats. I really like this whole idea of being able to launch the canoe without really getting all that wet, especially when it's early or late in the season and when the water is pretty cold. Being able to stand on these wooden platforms that'll be up at the level of the canoe gunwales means I'll be able to step into the canoe and stay dry during the launch. Though the platform will be slightly submerged, my weight should push the canoe down to the platform, stabilizing it until I get in. The last touch, while I'm still hanging out in the garage, is to mount the stainless grab rails, and those are really going to be awesome to help me pull the canoe out into the water. The whole assembly actually looks like it's going to work really great on the water, but it all remains an unknown until I get it into the water. And to that end, I'm about ready to start disassembling it all and make it easier to drag the pieces down to the lake. A couple of details are missing from the video, like adding the stainless bolts and fender washers that attach the float flanges to the base frame, and me offering a few choice words and unnatural body motion as I tried to push this beast over the seawall. I also missed out on recording the installation of these eye bolts through the 2x4 base frame, but those will wind up attaching to my dock posts with this length of 1/2-inch nylon rope. The launch will rise or fall with the water level while staying attached to those dock posts, and it is submerged about 1 inch below the water level. If it does turn out to be too deep, I can always add some planks to bring the PE plastic runners up a little higher. But it looks like I'm going to be forced to wait another day for the weather and the wind to cooperate, and then it'll be time to try my first launch. Not bad, not too bad at all. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We don't ask you to pay for memberships or donations. All our content is free, including build plans you can find on our website, thefamilywoodworker.com. But your thumbs up and a free subscription to our channel help us a ton in the world of YouTube. Take care.